My husband cheated on me with Luna Harper, the junior researcher who stole my work. The night I discovered their affair, I died in a car accident. After death, I learned they'd tampered with my brakes to claim marital assets, watching me drown in the river. By divine mercy, I was reborn. Ivy. Have you lost your mind? Do you know how hard I fought for this research fellowship with Dr. Sam Hayes? You're throwing it away over some declaration? The petite professor slammed my withdrawal letter on the desk. My head throbbed as reality blurred. Hadn't I died? My spirit had wandered after drowning, witnessing Ethan's betrayal. I'd abandoned this fellowship for him, worked myself to exhaustion developing new medications, drank until vomiting blood to secure investors. All while he slept with Luna, who stole my research, then conspired with his mother to murder me. Ivy. Earth to Carter. Are we really letting some future mother-in-law dictate your career? That's the most pathetic excuse I've ever heard. The voice snapped me awake. Professor Eleanor Bennett. Decades younger. This was my rebirth moment, the crossroads where I'd foolishly chosen Ethan over my future. We'd met at an anti-cancer drug launch. His relentless pursuit coincided with family pressure to marry. Compatible on paper. I agreed to date but kept my fellowship plans, until his heroic leg injury saving me from a falling scaffold. Only in death did I learn the accident was staged, though his miscalculation caused real fractures, breeding resentment. His mother Maggie had clutched his hand theatrically back then. At my age, caring for him is impossible. You'll take responsibility, won't you? He can't be left alone. When I suggested professional caregivers, Maggie collapsed like a beached whale, wailing, "My poor boy. Fatherless since childhood. Now crippled and abandoned. You shouldn't have saved this ingrate." Ethan weakly protested through pallid sweat, "Mom. Ivy's brilliant. Don't ruin her fellowship." The guilt trip worked. I cancelled my plans, not realizing Ethan's silence during Maggie's performance revealed their collusion. Now Professor Bennett's threat echoed, "Skip this opportunity, and we're done." My eyes burned. In my past life, she'd secretly helped secure investors despite our estrangement. Too ashamed to face her after marrying Ethan, I never knew she'd investigated my accidental drowning until her tearless sobs at my funeral. I lunged to hug her. "Professor, I've missed you." She stiffened, then patted my back. "Silly girl. Bring me your problems, not self-sacrifices. Who do you think I am? I'll go. I won't abandon my dreams." Relief softened her features. "Sam Hayes is pioneering next-gen oncology treatments. This apprenticeship could change millions of lives when. I'll make you proud." I grinned. Her palm smacked my head. "Pride comes after results. Carter, don't embarrass me." First, I needed clean breaks from Ethan and Luna both. At the hospital, Ethan sat up eagerly. "Ivy, did you withdraw?" His faux concern nauseated me. I remembered those cold eyes watching me drown. "I'm taking the fellowship. You'd want me to, right? As someone who loves me?" Let him choke on his own act. The real performance was just beginning. Ethan visibly stiffened, the smile slipping from his face as he nodded awkwardly. "Right. Studying abroad is wonderful. At least it was me who got hit this time. Though the doctors say I need constant care. I can." I cut him off sharply. Unlike my naive past self, I wouldn't fall for his manipulative pity act again. "I'll go home to pack and visit later," I declared before he could continue. Already turning toward the door, collapsing onto my couch, I mentally reconstructed the events of my previous life. Ethan had clearly targeted me for my inheritance and pharmaceutical industry connections. Once my usefulness waned and I discovered his affair, he'd conspired with Luna to eliminate me. The lingering question remained, when had these two snakes first entwined? My phone lit up with cruel timing, displaying Luna in bold letters. "Hi Ivy," came the saccharine voice through the receiver. "I heard about your upcoming transfer abroad. Actually, I nearly laughed aloud when she requested my lab position. Her transparent greed perfectly aligned with my new plan. Within hours, I'd arranged an ideal candidate interview between Ethan and his future accomplice. The hospital meeting proved comical. Luna fluttered her lashes over Ethan's bandaged leg. Her blouse strategically unbuttoned as she played nurse. Ethan reciprocated with poorly acted vulnerability. Their mutual attraction obvious despite the medical setting. Let the cobra and weasel mate. I thought coldly. Their union would only accelerate the reckoning. On Ethan's discharge day, I arrived bearing expensive Bordeaux and false concern. Luna should escort you home. I insisted, ignoring their guilty startlement. The Petrus 1990 I presented wasn't merely a gift, it was funeral wine for their impending demise. The pieces moved smoothly after that. Luna's delayed lab arrival the next morning spoke volumes. Her swollen lips and smug demeanor confirming the affair's progression. I directed her to review files containing forged research documents, feigning ignorance as she photographed confidential drug trial data. Stupid girl. I murmured watching security footage of her sabotaging my computer. Let her steal the flawed formulas. Let Ethan bankroll her groundbreaking discovery. Their fraudulent research would explode like poorly mixed compounds, destroying both their careers in the ensuing scandal. As Luna strutted from the lab victorious, I began drafting emails to journal editors and FDA regulators. The countdown to their professional annihilation had begun. Did you hear? There's this incredible young female researcher who recently published a groundbreaking paper on targeted gastric cancer drug development. Several top experts have praised it, saying if the experimental data holds up, our country could leap forward in this field. A student with black-rimmed glasses jabbed his friend excitedly before slapping his forehead. Luna Harper. That's her name. How can some people be so much more talented than others? As their conversation faded behind me, I stormed into Ethan Grant's office. I need to see Luna Harper. My voice shook with suppressed fury. Explain your report. How does your experimental data mirror mine exactly? Who authorized? Before I could finish, the woman wearing a plastic smile turned venomous. If you're here to congratulate me, by all means. But if you're here to accuse me? Luna examined her manicure. Do you really think anyone would believe the washed-up senior researcher over the field's brightest rising star? Oh. And these nails? Perfect for tonight's televised interview. Don't you think? Ethan stepped in, his voice cold. Ivy Carter. Stop this nonsense. Luna's work is exceptional. You should be proud to share an alma mater with her instead of causing scenes at my company. I stared at him, stunned. Luna smirked and leaned into Ethan's chest. We've signed an exclusive manufacturing contract. Ivy. Guess which of us he'll choose? As security approached, I spat over my shoulder. You'll regret this. Before striding out, my grin breaking through just as the elevator doors closed. That evening, during the live interview, Ms. Harper, can you verify the 70% cure rate cited in your report? Absolutely. Luna's voice dripped confidence. Every data point survived rigorous testing. Minor experimental variances are inevitable, but statistically insignificant. The studio audience applauded as social media erupted with praise for the genius researcher. During the finale, Luna coughed dramatically. I'd like to thank my wonderful boyfriend for supporting my work. Ethan. Darling. Waved to everyone. The camera panned to Ethan Grant rising from the front row. Ethan Grant, CEO of Grant Pharmaceuticals and Luna's partner. Twitter exploded. Power couple goals. Brains meets wealth. So jealous. Their beaming faces lit up stock tickers as Grant Pharma's shares skyrocketed. How cheerful they looked. These thieves clutching stolen glory. Little did they know, fate's gifts always come with hidden price tags. Ethan had gambled everything, liquid assets, loans, reputation, on this revolutionary drug. Now, in the lab, his manicured hands trembled as he screamed at researchers. You're paid to deliver results. With complete data samples. How can you fail? 1 week. No progress? You're all fired. A young researcher ripped off his lab coat. This data's fiction. Any first year could see it's fabricated. The exodus began. Voices overlapping. Delusional greed. Not even God could make this work. By day's end, only 3 technicians remained in the cavernous lab. At their penthouse, Luna lounged amidst takeout containers when Ethan stormed in. Your data's impossible to replicate. Did you steal Ivy's research? She didn't glance up from her reality show. So what if I did? Where's her proof? Our stocks tripled thanks to me. Hypocrite. Ethan yanked her off the couch. Explain. We're the same. Ethan. Luna smiled icily. Winners take what they want. As labs stalled and creditors circled, Ethan's mouth blistered from stress. Luna. Ask your former mentor, what's missing? We're bleeding cash. But the viper already coiled around his neck simply hissed. Figure it out yourself. Go if you want. But I won't. Staring at the multiple missed calls from Ethan on my phone, I felt nothing but disgust. Answering the call, I spoke coldly. What do you want? Hello? Ivy? You finally picked up. I just found out Luna stole your research report. What she did was completely wrong. Are you calling to play the hero? Planning to expose the truth? If not, shut up immediately. No. Ivy. To the public, Luna and I are a united front. If people learn she stole the report, both my reputation and the company's will be ruined. I mainly wanted to ask, how did you calculate that 70% cure rate? Tell me. And I'll break up with Luna immediately. I'm only with her out of necessity. I hung up without hesitation. Ethan. You still don't understand your place. After all the effort I spent pushing you two together, why would I let you separate now? Besides, you'd never guess I let Luna steal that file on purpose. In a quiet corner of the internet, a trending topic began climbing. Genius female researcher accused of academic fraud. The exposé meticulously listed fabricated data in Luna's papers, branding her a fame-hungry liar. With irrefutable evidence, Luna was cornered, no room for denial. Scrolling through the comments, Luna suddenly hurled her phone, sending everything on her desk crashing to the floor. How dare they trick me? She screamed, trembling with rage. But her tantrum changed nothing. Rushing outside, Luna was immediately swarmed by reporters at her apartment gate, hungry wolves circling wounded prey. Ms. Harper. What's your response to the allegations? Why falsify data? Microphones jabbed at her face as Luna stammered. I just borrowed my senior's data. Even now. She dragged others down with her. Watching the live interview, I smirked. Luna. You fool. How did someone like you destroy me in my past life? Do you really think anyone will believe you now? Luna bombarded my phone and workplace. Unaware I'd already left the country. The dominoes would fall without my involvement. Within weeks, Ethan went bankrupt, greedy monopolization attempts draining his funds. On my departure day to country Y, the endless rain finally ceased. Sunlight pierced the clouds, warming my skin as tension melted away. This was Rebirth. At Dr. Samuel Hayes' lab. I marveled like a country bumpkin in the big city, cutting-edge equipment. Rare materials. Every detail mesmerizing. My life became routine, lab, home, repeat. Under Sam's mentorship, I absorbed theories and techniques, achieving breakthroughs beyond my past life's limits. This experiment could redefine our field. I declined lucrative offers from country-wise government. It was time to return home. 1 year changes everything. My past now felt like someone else's story. Discreetly accompanied by security personnel arranged by national authorities. I landed with full research rights and substantial funding. Only close colleagues knew of my return. Yet Ethan found me anyway. What are you doing here? I stared at the disheveled man at my door, wrinkled suit, unshaven face radiating desperation. Ivy. I've changed. Remember when I broke my leg saving you? I was blind to be with Luna. Give me another chance. You staged that rescue. Leave now. Or I'll have security remove you. A figure lunged from the bushes, Luna. Wild-eyed. I knew you'd come crawling back. You think she'll want a cripple? She clawed at Ethan's collar until he shoved her down. This is your fault. You worthless. Luna laughed bitterly from the ground. Fine. Let's all die together. She flung a bottle of liquid at us. I braced for pain, but felt only warm breath against my neck. Opening my eyes. I.M.S. Carter. My apologies for the intrusion. I was assigned by my superiors to protect you. With that, he released his protective hold. Luna was swiftly arrested for assault charges. Ethan sustained facial injuries during the altercation. Witnessing their deserved consequences, I could only lament human unpredictability. In their previous lives, they'd never have imagined this outcome. Truly, malice breeds its own destruction. Refusing to dwell on them, I focused entirely on my research. Days blurred together in the lab. The indicator light flickered green. We held our breath until it stabilized. Success. Cheers erupted. Tears streamed down my face unexpectedly. This was the breakthrough I'd abandoned in my past life. Now redeemed through second chances. Dr. Hayes. We did it. The numbers from Luna's falsified reports had finally become reality through our collective effort. Only relentless dedication could honor such opportunities. When our gastric cancer-targeted therapy entered production, I visited Prof. Eleanor Bennett, my steadfast mentor. I found the silver-haired academic humming while watering roses, sunlight glinting off her gardening shears. Before I could approach, she called without turning, Ivy. Now the whole world knows what I've always seen, my star pupil's brilliance. I hugged her slender arm. You always tease me, Professor. Thank you. Her wrinkled hand patted my head gently. This was always your destiny. Whatever path you choose. Remember, my pride in you remains constant. Simple words shattered my composure. As she wiped my tears, she whispered, your radiance will only grow brighter. Ivy. This lifetime, I chose correctly, walking my true path. Fulfilling my potential. Supported by national resources, our team kept conquering oncological challenges. I mentored bright young researchers, passing the torch while pursuing our ultimate goal, eradicating humanity's oldest scourge. Epilogue. Mentor's perspective. My star pupil wore many labels: research team leader, respected scholar, wife. Yet I only wished her to be herself. Her genius shone brighter than any in our field, matched only by her unwavering resolve. When she declined the fellowship I secured, I nearly despaired. Her wedding? I boycotted it, seeing how that husband's ambitions shackled her brilliance. Though listed on patents, her true potential remained unfulfilled. Secretly, I stabilized his company's finances, not for him, but to ease her burdens. She never knew my anger had long cooled. I waited years for her return to academia, until her funeral. Drowning? Impossible. Exhaustive investigations yielded nothing. Then I discovered his affair with that plagiarizing former student. Grief became fury. I'll expose this truth. For Ivy, my eternal pride, I'll never stop seeking justice. The deeper I dug, the more my heart ached. She was actually killed in a scheme orchestrated by her husband, Ethan Grant, and his mistress. I wanted to kill that beast in human skin. Ethan. I swore to make both of them pay. Thankfully, decades of research had honed my skills. Investigating their past revealed that my top student, Luna Harper, had been trapped by their plot. I blamed myself for not exposing their schemes when moral coercion made her abandon studying abroad. My heart broke knowing her limitless potential was snuffed out by this absurd conspiracy. Putting that monster and his homewrecker behind bars proved shockingly easy. They couldn't even bother covering their tracks. Did they think no one cared about her? This old woman did. But my child, my proudest protégée Luna, died at these vile fools' hands. She deserved an extraordinary life blazing bright till the end. Heavens, grant my student another chance. Let this old woman's lifetime of service count for something. Let her be selfish this time. Let her be willful. Let her live authentically, chasing what matters without chains. Spread your wings and fly, my child. Your professor, Prof. Eleanor Bennett. has always been here.